What's up, my peeps? Listen, I have to leave y'all at 5 because I have my class at 5. So that way I can limit myself in my yapping. Mm, clock. Put my clock for what? 4:55. Save. Okay, good. Okay, come in here, y'all. I put the I'll wait for y'all to get in here. This tastes really good when it's sweet. Get in here. Get in here. I better hurry up. I only have 90 minutes. 92 minutes actually, but whatever. No less than that. The videos, part 1, part 2, I put them up as like unlisted. So if you have the link, you can watch because I want to find the video that I watched. Otherwise, I don't want to sound crazy. I do not want to sound crazy, but I promise you, I watched a video. It was back in New Orleans. I watched the video. I did. And in the video, they did say that Kayla would do Sakiyna's nails. They knew each other. These girls knew each other. No, I'm not crazy. I am not crazy. Get in here. Wait for you before I start the show. Give y'all 5 minutes. Father God, we thank you. And I found their Instagram as well. Like, I need to find this video. I really need to find. I really need to find their video. I need to find that video. Hey Dana, what's up? What's up? I found her Instagram. I found her Instagram. Probably have to log in, huh? Shoot. My channel. My post. Let me see. Sakiyna, okay, that's her Instagram. How do I click on this crap and make it bigger? Maybe I'll just do it here. Hold on. Put it on Canva. Canva might be better for me now. Social media post. Sure. Let's see if I have my pictures here. What the heck? Yeah, I do. Okay, good. That's really good. Let me make this really, really big. As I wait for you guys to come in here. You know the part that I hate, because now people are covering the story and people are just going with the mainstream narrative. So it's like they're helping to spread misinformation. Or like, I won't say it's misinformation, but when people do stuff like that, they're helping to spread misinformation because you need to do your actual research. Don't just go with mainstream stuff. I have this picture here as well. Yeah, I couldn't sleep last night. It was like bothering me so hard. Because I'm like, I know for a fact. Where's the other picture? I posted that picture, no? Oh, really? Oh, you still have the link? Okay, that's good. Hey, Brittany. I'm telling you guys, I promise you, they know each other. They really do know each other because I couldn't sleep. I'm like, how do I find this video? I had to say, Archangel Gabriel, you, oh wise angel of knowledge, please let this video show up on my feed. I'm like, one day that video is going to show up on my feed, you guys. I am not crazy. I remember watching the video, like, this is so crazy. Like, you like, what? Girl, what? You are crazy. You're crazy, right? So, Sakiyna, I found her Instagram yesterday because I was on there. Because you know how they're saying, like, oh, she just flew. She lives, what they say? Oh, she lives in New York, right? Queens, Jamaica, New York, right? And then she just flew down there just to kill the girl. I'm like, no, she used to be there all the time. So I went on her Instagram. Went on her Instagram. And I'm like, you see right there, what does it say? May 2nd. Oh, what? Whoa, hold up. Wait a minute. Okay. You see? May 2nd, 2022. She was down there. Nobody died. What is this thing? Oh, what am I doing now? Hold on. Get out here with that. Make it bigger. Hold on. What is this? And I think the guy, even the guy, I found his name. I think he's Haitian. I even had to go and create a Lipstick Alley account because of this. Because I'm like, what is going on? Because I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. I'm like, I can't rest. See, look at this one. What the heck is going on? Okay. Look at this one. I saw this one. So it seemed like she had an ex-boyfriend that was also stalking her. Oh, this girl, what kind of life was she living? So is that okay? So this person says, damn, this happened right down the road from me. I live in Sunrise and my grandparents live just a few houses away from those new apartments. That's crazy. They were just telling me about this. Wow. Looking through their Instagrams, it looks like my cousin knew both Kayla and Sakiyna, right? And I'm like, how can people who live in Miami know if allegedly or supposedly, right? If Sakiyna only lives in New York, she only lives in New York, and she took that flight to New York just to go to Miami to unalive this girl, right? How is it possible that this person, their cousins, not one, multiple cousins, know Kayla, who's a resident of, I guess, Miami, whatever, right? And Sakiyna, I'm like, they know each other. They know each other. Hey, for me, right? And I'm like, and also I'm like, because I didn't keep up with the trial stuff. But I'm saying, in court, did they ever say that when Sakiyna went to Kayla's apartment, she had to force herself into the apartment? Because from what I read, from what I listened to with the DA said when she showed up to Kayla's apartment, Kayla opened the door. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. Why would you open the door to a strange woman? You don't know. And when you see the way Sakiyna was dressed, not trying to be funny, but 4 o'clock in the morning, a black girl with no wig on, no lashes, no makeup. Yeah, it's giving she probably can't beat your ass. Okay? She opened the door. I think she killed her maybe anywhere from like 4 or 5 to 5 a.m., whatever. That's when she killed her. The other guy who was there, he didn't find her body until like 3 p.m. So she had been dead in her blood for like 10 hours, right? Which lets me know neighbors didn't hear anything. So she didn't force her way into her apartment. She was let into the apartment. I'm like, why would Kayla open the door? I'm like, these girls know each other. Now, Sunshine said a thing. Let me see what she wrote something. Hold on. And I was like, she was like, oh, it's giving. Hold on, which one is this? Right? I wish y'all could see this one. I don't know how to open this up. But you see this one? May 2nd, 2022, Miami. Okay. This one, May 27, 2022, Miami. Right? This one is May 29th, 2022. She's also in Miami. Oh, y'all can't see these pictures. Okay. I even took a thing. Like, you know how when you tag your restaurants, like you can tag where you were, like you can tag your restaurants and stuff like that. Right. So you tap on the picture and then Instagram opens up the map. Right. And I'm like, she was in Miami in May before her birthday. She went back to New York. She had her birthday at some club in New York City. Then she came back to Miami. That's what she does. I'm like, that's the video I remember. It's like she lived there. And then one day, I guess her boyfriend, he moved because I think he also lives there. Then she left the place. She left New York. And when she was in New York, that's when she found out that her nail tech was messing with her man. So then she flew back to hurt the girl. I mean, or the girl got hurt, whatever. Okay? Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me see this one coming from Thingy. What do you see your comments and stuff? All right. Okay. Sunshine there. So this is what Sunshine actually said. Hey Elaine, what's up? She was like, okay. She said, OMG, this is jaw dropping information. I gotta go dig. They definitely had to know each other. If you ask me, sounds like a way love affair that someone wanted more. There's more to the story than they're letting out. They just presented as Kayla was innocent victim. Who knew nothing. Yeah, I'm like, no, this is not correct. And you know me, Marlene, like, especially with the whole Carmelo thing, Carmelo's trial, even with Diddy's trial, I've come to realize that the media, when they pick a side, even if that person is completely in the wrong, they're going to do so much glazing for the person because the person happens to be dead. Oh, the victim. Like, even with Austin Metcalf, they were sitting here calling Austin all kinds of victim. He's not a victim. He's just deceased, right? You, just because you're dead or because you got killed does not mean you are a victim, okay? You can be killed because you're trying to hurt someone. It's not your day, okay? So I'm like, people have to make a distinction between deceased and a victim. Just because you're dead doesn't make you a victim, okay? Right? Sorry. Just because you're dead doesn't make you a victim. And people have a tendency, I see with the media, and I think even like the DA, they do it on purpose. Like they give the media like certain talking points because they want an easy win because they're a bunch of cheaters, right? But I'm like, just because you're dead does not make you a victim. The way they were out here glazing for Austin, his family, his mom could barely cry, whatever. But I'm like, when you actually read what happened, he was not nice that day. He was not being friendly. He was not being kind, right? Carmelo asked him on multiple occasions, don't touch me. Do not touch me. Don't touch me. Austin keeps touching the boy. At one point, he grabs Carmelo's book bag and he throws it in the rain. You understand? But because now he's dead. Oh my gosh, what? Right? Nobody went to the track meet trying to hurt Austin. But Austin that day had a deplorable behavior. He was on some bully shit. He was asked on multiple occasions to stop touching people. But because he's 225 pounds, he knows jiu-jitsu. He saw a skinny kid that's 160, and he thought he could apply pressure. I don't have to respect what you say. I don't have to honor your wishes. I can do whatever I want in the rain. Why? And now some people are sitting here trying to make this kid like, oh, he's a victim and he got stabbed in the heart because he's a white person. No, he behaved like a barbaric ass person. That's why I said, like, I will never stop saying it. People have to learn to not trigger people. Shit. People have to learn to respect people's boundaries. If someone says enough, they mean enough. If someone says, don't touch me, don't touch the person. If somebody says, give me a break, I need a break, let the person have a break. If someone says, I can't talk right now, I don't feel like talking right now, I'm not in a space to talk right now. Why can people respect people's wishes? And then when someone snaps and then someone is dead, people want to sit here and paint the dead person as a victim. Huh? What? No, you're deceased. But you were antagonistic. You played a part. You created a storm. Like Deep Six said, you put the dynamite in the room. And your antagonizing ways is what set the match on fire. So it's like you got to stop fucking with people. You really have to stop fucking with people. And I really do pray that when it comes down to Carmelo go to court, I pray his lawyer applies pressure. Yes, the young man is dead, but why is he dead? He brought that on himself. Do not bother people. Even if, because I know they're lying, because the video's out. That's why they stopped talking about it. Because when you watch the video, Carmelo's right. They weren't even there. Hunter lied. Like, they weren't even there. In the video, Carmelo's sitting there. I think he's talking to a young lady, a cheerleader or something. Carmelo was the one sitting under the tent. Hunter was not there. Austin wasn't there. They come from the back of the school, like from the visitor side, in the rain, mad as fuck. It's 5 of them. They cross over the field and they go towards Carmelo. They came there looking for Carmelo. And that's why the moment Frisco Public School District made the video public, people can go and watch the video, people got really quiet. All the white people got really quiet because they saw the video. Right? So I repeat, just because you're dead doesn't make you a victim. Even if you died in a very heinous way, okay, maybe you really, really triggered the person. And that's why they killed you in a heinous way. Stop triggering people. Stop causing people emotional distress. Stop putting people in very stressful, highly traumatic, anxious state of being. They're going to fucking snap. And they might grab whatever they can find and go crazy on your ass. You don't know what people go through. You do not know if people have crazy stuff in their bloodline. People could have bipolar disorder in their bloodline. People could have schizophrenia in their bloodline. Just because someone looks okay does not mean they're okay. You cannot see with your bare eyes the makeup of someone's brain. You cannot see with your naked eyes if someone has enough, a little bit, none at all, white matter with their brain. Everybody's brain is different. It's like a fingerprint. Brains are very unique. What someone's brain can take, another person's brain might not be able to take. Some people by birth are schizophrenic. They are born with that kind of brain. It is not a joke. Some people by birth are bipolar. It's in their bloodline. There are people in their bloodline, they have multiple personality disorders. Like, mental health is fucking real. It is not a fucking joke. And this is why people have to learn to talk to people a certain way, handle people a certain way, be compassionate in the way that you talk to people. Be like, when you talk to someone too, look into their eyes. When you argue with someone, look into their eyes. If you're starting to notice that they're blanking out, you need to stop. Because you are witnessing demonic possession. They're not in that body anymore. Something else is in there. Keep running your mouth. Keep being loud. Keep poking at people. They will fucking kill you. Your people going to come get your body. Oh, can we pray over her body? Can we pray with the body? Right? You have to learn not to trigger people. And that's the problem with American society. It is a society built by rednecks. So everybody thinks it's okay to be disrespectful. Instead of people having situational awareness of, you know what, can this person take it? You have to know when to stop. You have to know, you know what, maybe my bully shit, I am truly putting someone under emotional duress. And I don't know if they have the tools to deal with this level of anxiety. They probably don't. It's America. They probably do not. Don't do it. You need this mouth. You need to stop. Breathe. You don't have to have the last word. You don't have shut the fuck up. You have to make sure you're safe. You keep talking and talking and talking. Next thing you know, somebody grabs your neck and goes, Grr. What you gonna do? Right? Situational awareness. Emotional awareness. What's up? You got to have an emotional intelligence. And I say a lot of people in this nation, a lot of people in America, their emotional intelligence, their emotional IQ is low as fuck. Poking at people. They're going to kill you. People love to say, oh, but you should have walked away. No, don't fucking trigger people. And then they don't have to walk away. Do not tempt people. That's the devil. The devil, he tempts people. He accuses people. If you're a good person, don't be a temptress. How about that? Don't tempt people. Don't provoke people. Do not antagonize people. Everybody, I'm like, there are people who will kill you just because you cut in front of them at the light. They will snap. Everybody's not okay. America is really hard on people, especially like places like New York City. They call that place the concrete jungle. Like, it's hard. So it's a very advanced, very fast pace. Like, there's no warmth over here. And a lot of people, their brain really, really do struggle. Do not trigger people. You don't know if someone has schizophrenia. You don't know if someone has bipolar disorder. You don't know if someone has a multiple personality disorder. Don't even know if someone has social anxiety. You don't know what people go through. You don't know how their brains are made up. You yourself, you're not a walking MRI machine. You don't know. Everybody's brain is fucking different. You should have paid attention in fucking biology, but you're probably texting or sleeping or God knows the fuck what, right? You gotta pay attention in class. You really do. Everybody's brain is different. No people have the same exact brain. Just like a fingerprint, it is extremely different. Nurturing, nature, biology, you name it. We all have a different brain and we process shit differently. So you gotta be really mindful how you treat people. Because when people are scared or people are under duress, scared, duress, it's all the same shit. You do not know. When you start taxing their adrenal gland and that these organs start going crazy and they talk to the brain, you have no idea how they might react. And we see it in animals when they're under duress because they feel like they're about to get killed. They get scared. They act out. Don't push people to the limit where they might do something they're going to regret forever. Be a decent ass human being. And that's the problem with American culture. It's a very indecent redneck culture. People are savages out here. People don't have manners. People truly do not have manners. And you see, and this is where Europeans do everything in their power to shield themselves from American influence. Because they don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want the Amazon. They don't want that bullshit. Because in Europe, people act a certain way. And that's why I guess they like socialism. Because they're usually good people. Nobody robs people, shoots people. Like, there's none of that weird shit. Everybody's trying to be a sex worker, drug dealer. Like, they don't have that culture. Right? Because you have to be civil. When you live in a civilized society, you need to conduct yourself like a full sentient human being. You need to be a civil person. And people with civility have empathy, which is something that many people here do not, right? How would I feel if somebody did this shit to me? Because to be an American is to be a bully in its core. People don't think about that. Every day, you see this country over here, every day they pick on small countries who can defend themselves. They start bombing them. They start lying on them. They all kinds of lies on people. If China couldn't defend itself, they probably start bombing China right now. Always lying on people. What they do, they accuse other people of doing it. And then they use their media to keep lying on people. People got to stop. Lying on Russia, lying on Vladimir. Just always lying on people. Stop bullying people. Went to Vietnam, bullied these innocent people. They're so small. Leave them alone. Stop bullying people. Like, what the heck? Stop bullying people. And this is why this country is so violent. It's such a violent society. The rate of homicide in America it's alarming. People always killing people. This is fucking crazy. But like I said, there is a stark difference between being a victim and being deceased. Austin Metcalf is not a victim. He's deceased. Now, it could be he's like, what, 17? He was 17. So it could be he was somewhere a good boy. He probably had a good heart to some extent, right? I ain't going to say he's completely wretched. But on that day, he didn't show the best version of himself. And that ugly, mean-ass version of himself put somebody else in emotional distress. And the person tried to reason with him, but he was not having it. Since he's an American and he's white, he got big muscles, he's a linebacker, and he knows jiu-jitsu, and he weighs 225. His twin brother weighs 225, and they had 3 other boys with them. I don't have to listen to you, because he felt like, oh, numbers are on my side, the strength is on my side, so I can do whatever I want. Well, white people, this is not a Marvel movie. White people are not, you're not bulletproof. You're not stab-proof. And so, boom, the boy's dead. We're not going to sit here and carry on like he's so innocent. He's not innocent. The same thing with Cassie Ventura. She's not innocent. People have to stop. You can feel bad for someone, and you can also say, girl, you played a part in this freaking mess. You're not all the way innocent. Life is not like life. It don't work like that. Okay. And I hate that shit. Like, it really does trigger me. Okay. I really hate that. It's like, yeah, exactly. This is exactly, Elaine. Exactly. You can't do that to people. But you read the police report at least 5 times. Carmelo said, leave me alone. Don't touch me. Like he's speaking English. What the fuck is wrong with the son of Igor and Thor? You don't understand English? What does it mean? Do not touch me. Somebody says, don't touch me, and you touch him. But if we say, oh, he's a racist. Oh, y'all call about you racist. Yeah, because most of y'all racist. And it's not that hard. Train your children correctly. I would like my kid. If somebody touches you, don't touch him. Why are you touching him? He doesn't want to be touched. Okay? He has the right to his personal space. Why can Hunter and Austin go ask a school person, coaches, police officer, anybody that's an adult? No, they're 17, and they think they have this authority over other students. Where? Where at? Who has given these boys that much level of authority? You crazy? Are you out your fucking mind? So yes, the boy is dead. He's deceased, but he is not a victim. And we're not going to paint him like he's a victim. On that day, he was on some bully shit. All of this at 9 o'clock in the morning, y'all. 9 o'clock in the morning in the fucking rain. What the fuck is wrong with your goofy ass? He is poorly raised. And like I said, maybe he also had his own issues. I don't think he's a demonic kid. But on that day, Austin did not show the best side of Austin Metcalf. I'm sure there's a good side in there, but he did not let that side shine. No problem. But he's not a victim. Actions, they have consequences. You antagonize people and they respond to you because you put them under severe emotional distress. Hey, you're not going to be, oh, no, but I wash my hands clean. You are involved in this. You created the mess that got you killed. You're not innocent. The same thing with Cassie. Cassie is not innocent. She is a freak. She likes sex. She's a nymphomaniac. Right? Many, many times it was proven the freak-offs were her idea because she said that's the only time or the only way she can think of to spend time with Diddy. She's the one who would go on the website. Never did she say, Diddy put a gun to my head to go on a website to look for sex workers. Never. She never said that. It was her idea. There are plenty of text messages where she tells Diddy, I want to do a freak off. Diddy says, no, Cassie, you have to work tomorrow. Cassie, I'm worried about your soul. Cassie, we got to go to church. Cassie, call your mom. Like, y'all don't hear that part? Every sex worker, after all these years, Cassie has their phone numbers in her phone. Does that make sense to you? If she's so against it, she was so abused, she was so tortured, why does she have their number? She has all of their numbers. That makes no sense to me. She made every sex worker feel special. Diddy told her to do that? Diddy told her, oh, make sure you take care of these people. Make sure, why? They've already been paid. They have already been paid. She nurtured a relationship with every single sex worker if she really likes you. So the guy said, oh, wow. When I realized that I was not the only one, they were sad because she made them feel special. Diddy told her to do that shit? No. She would have sex with the sex workers in her apartment, New York, in Miami, without Diddy being there. How is that someone that's abused, that can't? No, she does whatever the fuck she wants. They had almost a 10-year relationship. Cassie had a multitude of affairs on Diddy. People who are scared, they know how to cheat. She slept with Michael B. Jordan. She slept with Kid Cudi. She slept with a black football player. She slept with so many people, including the sex workers. At some point, you got to ask yourself, damn, does she have AIDS? Right? You watch the video of Cassie in the hotel. She's walking. She is strolling. What person you know is running away from domestic violence, sexual abuse, a 12-hour sex freak off, and she takes all her designer bag, her Louis duffel bag, her Chloe bag, her Chanel bag. Girl, If you were about to be sexually assaulted for 12 hours, you gonna think about grabbing luxury shit? My life is on the line. My vagina is on the line. I am running for my life. I'm not grabbing a Louis bag. I'm not grabbing a Chanel bag. I'm not grabbing a Celine bag. And the fact that she grabbed luxury bags lets you know what she's about. She's materialistic. She'd rather grab luxury bags than to save her life. You watched the video at multiple occasions. Cassie is walking past fire alarms. There are a bunch of fire alarms around her. Never does she call them. She left the room with Diddy's telephone, with his phone. She left the room with her phone. She don't call 911. She calls security. And when security takes a long time, she waits. Then she goes and she calls security again. Diddy is yelling. He's screaming. She starts applying lip gloss. This is not normal behavior. Even when she gets to the elevator, her main reflex is not to call the elevator. It's to put her shoes on. What? This makes no fucking sense. It's okay not to like Diddy. But it's not okay to partake in helping someone repaint a whole narrative that is so untrue because she's a scorned Vietnamese or Filipina, right, who got butthurt because Diddy said that Kim Porter was the love of his life. That's disgusting. Stop helping sick-ass, sociopathic people who have an issue with accountability and weaponize their gender to avoid accountability. I had never seen this in my life. We have seen people who are sexually trafficked. They shake like this. They shake. They cry. They shake. It's crazy. Not once is Cassie shaking. When the security guard comes to the floor, she's not crying. She doesn't say, oh my gosh, please help me. He's beating me. She's calm. And she looks at Diddy. She talks to Diddy. She even covers her face because she don't want people to read her lips. And she said, oh, let's go back. She points back to the room. Cassie goes back into that room with Sean Combs. Why don't you tell security I'll be downstairs, get my bags because this man is crazy. Call the police. No, she does not. People have to stop. We have to stop doing this weird shit. And this is why people don't learn anything. Because we tell people it's so black and white. It's such an easy dichotomy of this one is guilty, this one is innocent. It is never, culpability is never so easily distributed against people. Oh, you're culpable, you're fully innocent. Where? We have to stop. Oh, my marriage fell apart. Everything is my husband's fault. Stop. My marriage fell apart. Everything is my wife's fault. Stop. Culpability is never that easily distributed. Oh, you just give everything to one person and the other person has no fault whatsoever. I repeat, these two had a relationship that lasted almost 10 years. That's 365 days times 10, 3,650 days. You only have one video that shows an act of violence. And if you watch carefully, when Diddy is hitting her, he doesn't have his balance. When he tries to kick her, his foot actually flies over her. He's losing balance. That man is fucking high. He's a drug addict. Diddy even had an overdose. He could have died. Diddy has a drug problem. He has a drug problem. I think most people know drug addict people, when they come off the drugs, they're violent. They're violent because it's the fucking drugs. It's the adrenal glands. That's just how it works. It's not that hard. It's science. And that's why we tell people, don't do substance abuse because you're not going to control who you are. Alcohol, even a good person who takes alcohol, they can do something heinous. A good person takes Molly. They might even put a baby in the microwave. A good person takes, I don't know, give me something else, oxy or fentanyl. Yeah, a good person takes fentanyl. They're capable of taking their car and driving into old people. Because a part of the brain shuts down. They're not thinking straight. And that's the thing about the drug. Your prefrontal cortex is not working. Where you have reason, where you have sense, where you have inhibition, it doesn't fucking work. But the problem is when people make music, people do videos, they glamorize the high of being on drugs. And nobody sits here and documents the lows of crashing out when the drugs are slowly creeping out your bloodline. It is hard. And it's really hard for the brain. And in those moments, people are completely irrational because the brain doesn't understand what is going on. I was so happy. Now I don't know how to be happy anymore. And that creates rage in people. And this is why we tell young people, don't do drugs. Do not do alcohol. Stay out of these nightclubs. Stop having this weird ass nightlife. Make sure you sleep at night. You have a circadian rhythm that you have to honor. When every night you're in the club, you're not sleeping at night. The Lord God that is all knowing, God that is all omniscient, God knows why he told us to sleep at night. Night is for sleep. Morning is for work. But when you're always up at night, just like these studio people, they're in the studio, musicians, they're in the studios for ungodly hours. They work for days without sleep. You're going to do something crazy. If you don't hurt yourself, you will hurt other people. This stuff is real. The human brain is real. And I think the sad thing, the sad thing I am noticing is that I think with Black culture, overall, all Black culture, Black people do not honor the human brain. Black people don't make it their business to understand the brain. And when people call them names, when people call them the N-word, all kinds of dumb stuff, they get hurt. But it means something to be an N-word. Is uneducated, never tries to know shit, always lives in the flesh, live for sex, money, drugs, all kinds of whatever, right? Black people have no respect for the brain. Black people only respect their emotion and their physical strength because that's what they see in the mirror. And because our brains are hidden from us, we don't make it our business to be kind, nurturing, thoughtful, mindful towards our brain. It's one of the most powerful machines we have, but we do everything to destroy it. We live according to our emotions. We live for our flesh. We are always chasing sex, all the goofy ass shortcuts. We glamorize fuckery and everything, even the food, all that stuff. It destroys the brain. Eating bad food all the time, you're going to put toxins into your body. And every chemical that's in your body affects how your brain does what it does. We're fucking crazy. We are truly fucking crazy. And that's why we have crazy ass brains and people do crazy shit and they either end up dead or they end up in prison because there's no reverence for the human brain. You cannot live like this. It's not a life. It is truly not a life. Even Diddy, with all the money he had, he did not take care of his brain. Because I guess maybe it's slavery, huh? Maybe it's slavery where people learn from slavery. Oh, money. No, not money. Your health. And most importantly, your mental health. It's always Black people looking for ways to put themselves under mental duress. You don't care about numbers. You don't care about your finances. It stresses you out. Always trying to impress other people. Status. No, how about hard work? So you're always in debt. You take loans over here, loans over there. You're stressed the fuck out. You're fucking up your brain. All you do is eat processed food, toxins, and there is stuff in that processed food that even the human body was never meant to process or to digest. So all of that, even, like when you don't poop for a long time with the firmicutes and the ghrelin and shit like that, when you don't poop for a long time, you are producing other kinds of hormones. And those hormones also go to your brain. Food affects your brain. We eat like shit. We only care about food that tastes good. And not food that heals the brain, that calms down the brain, that balances out your hormones. We don't fucking care. We listen to music that affects the amygdala. We listen to music that provides a script, your neuroplasticity. The music is just murder, sex, stealing, take what don't belong to you, sleep with her man. You are practicing horrible neuroplasticity with this fucking music. Music allows you to rehearse behavior if said instance was to occur. I repeat, music allows you to practice, behavior if said instance was to occur. Music gives you an opportunity to have a dress rehearsal for something that could occur in your life. So if all you listen to, I'll kill you, I'll beat you up, I'll fuck you up, I'll rain on you, chopper, this and that. When something happens, this is the script that you are going to follow because that is your neuroplasticity. I repeat, Black people do not care about their brains. They don't care even consciously to subconsciously, they do not care what they feed their brain. And when they find themselves in fuckery, they'll blame racism. I mean, you're kind of right to some extent. right? But I blame you too because it's your brain. You have to take care of your brain. From your emotional diet, your physical diet, your financial diet, your conversational diet, even your sleep diet, like your personal hygiene, everything. You need to make sure you take care of your brain. And I will also say, this is why being a Christian, or even if you want a Muslim or a Jew, but a person of faith, even a Buddhist, a person of faith, where you know how to separate yourself from the world, take a moment for meditation. Take a moment for like introspection. Acknowledge that there is a God and that you must submit your flesh unto the Lord. Oh, that also is hygiene for your brain. It's good hygiene for your brain. You have to calm yourself down. There is a reason why you don't see Buddhists out here committing murder, because all they do is meditate all day. Meditation. And meditation causes you to be self-aware, because you think about what you do, why you do it, where did you learn to do it, right? And these kinds of questions will have you looking at yourself. Wow, I didn't even realize I do shit like that. I didn't even realize this is how I react to this, and that. There you go. Because you cannot fix what you are not willing to admit is wrong with you. Black people, I'm going to say black people overall, but since I'm a woman, whatever. Black people, black women have a problem with anger. Problem with anger management. Problem with effective communication. Black girls think communicating is insulting, yelling, screaming. Who can have the last word? It's screaming. Notice me, notice me, notice me. Right? You have to learn to control your anger. You have to learn to quell your anger. You have to learn to subdue your anger. You are too fucking angry. Gotta calm down. And that's why I'm like, there's no way, Sakiyna, all the people, there is no way your amygdala is not damaged. There is no way your amygdala is not bruised. I will bet to venture that if you could take a bunch of black people, especially those who are in prison, and you could look at their brains, you would see that they have an enlarged amygdala. Like, because they use that too much. They use it way too much. My emotions, I feel. You feel what? Calm the fuck down. Seriously, calm down. You're not going to die. It's okay, right? It truly is okay. People have to learn to calm down. And people have to learn to take care of their brains. Learn to sleep enough. Like, sleep more than 8 hours a day. So like at least 8 hours. All that stupid scrolling on TikTok, going to bed super, super late, and then you wake up late. It's not the same sleep. You have to sleep at night. You need to rest. When you wake up in the morning, let it not be your phone that you grab. Drink some water. Connect with yourself. Calm down. So that way, if you pick up your phone and there's bad news on your phone, you're better suited to deal with that. Oh, you know what? It's going to be okay. Right? Reactionary. It is not healthy. You're going to hurt yourself. And you're going to hurt someone else in the process. Doing threesomes and shit, like always doing shit where you know you're putting your heart on the line. You are putting your feelings on the line. And you know if somebody crosses your feelings, you're not going to handle that well. So why are you even doing it? Why do you pretend to be so tough when you know you are extremely sensitive? So if you're a sensitive person, when you live your life, be a sweetheart. Be firm on your boundaries. Don't say yes when you really mean no. Don't say no when you really mean yes. If you are uncomfortable, say it. Do not fear being alone, because it's better for you to be alone since you're sensitive than to be around a bunch of people who have no regards for your boundaries. You're going to snap. You're going to snap. When you're a sensitive person, you have to be extremely careful who you allow into your life, because you're sensitive. You are truly sensitive. Too many black girls carry on like they're tough, they're gangsters, but you're not. You're ladies. You're ladies who have fears, anxieties, abandonment issue, right? It's very apparent, and you're very insecure, okay? So admit that to yourself. I am not a gangster. I'm not intimidating. No, you're none of that. Me, when I see you, I'm like, yeah, she's broken. You're broken. And that's why you handle everything in one chord. Like if you were a song, you have the same chord, right? Violence. That's your only chord. There's no la 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 la. No, it's like da 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 da. It's the same chord throughout the same song. Jesus, you can't do that. Okay? I repeat, if you are sensitive, you have to be honest about the fact that you're sensitive. Number two, if you are sensitive, you have to be honest about your need for boundaries. I can't do this. I can't. There you go. Right? And some people, because they Black, they're not going to respect your boundaries per usual. And you have to be okay with that. Right? And you have to be okay with letting them go. In due time, slowly but surely, God is going to bring people into your life who are capable, and not even just capable, but who are more than willing to honor your boundaries. Boundaries, they matter. Boundaries are also what's going to help all of us, right, to preserve our mental health. Because people with no boundaries will have horrible mental health. People with good boundaries or healthy boundaries will have healthy mental health. Right? You cannot allow your fear of solitude, your fear of loneliness, right, to get you to agree or to capitulate to things that you don't like, because you're going to snap. People agree to threesomes when they know they're jealous, they're territorial, they're competitive, you have some insecurities, so it's not for you. Don't do it. Right? Girl, I think you cannot, and it's okay. Everything is not for everyone. Just because your friends are doing it, I don't even know why you'd be friends with people like that, but whatever, right? Doesn't mean that you have to do it. Put your mental health first. In everything you do, put your mental health first. Protect your mental health. Make sure you're okay. Make sure you sleep well. Make sure you eat well, right? Make sure you have healthy conversations. Make sure that throughout the week, at least take one day to really think about God. It will be awesome if every day of the week your mind was on the Lord. I understand Islam. When they make you pray all these, like you pray multiple times a day, it's not because they want you to pray multiple times a day, but what they're trying to, inculcate, what they're trying to put into people is this habit of always thinking about God. Because if you're always thinking about God, what are the odds that you're going to be sinning, stealing, killing, looting, right? Because a man or woman that is always thinking about God, right, is more likely to do the right thing. But if you're never thinking about God, when evil shows up, you'll engage with it. You practice, you will do what you have practiced. If you practice always thinking about God, when temptation arrives, because temptation comes every single day, even in food, there's temptation. It don't always have to be a crime, right? Even in food, even in how you spend your money, temptation comes every day. But if you think about God, you will be stronger on the day of temptation. If you never think about God, you will completely unravel on the day of temptation. People think God is about control. God isn't trying to control you. God is trying to make sure that you live a life that is not filled with sorrow and regrets. Imagine being in the prison like Sakiyna for the rest of your life, thinking about, wow, I shouldn't have done this. Who can live like that? A tiny cell, a tiny window. You can never touch a baby. And you're in there all day thinking about, I shouldn't have done this. I could have done this differently. You see, people think God's about control. He's not about control. God is really about freedom. So he says, if you focus on me, if you lean on me, right, you will be able to enjoy this life that I gave you. That's why life, it's a present from the Lord. But people in their rebellion, in their foolishness, their perversion, they have turned a gift into a prison sentence, life in prison, because you did not know how to be a good steward of the life that God gave you. You didn't know how to be a good steward of the brain that God gave you. And also, you did not know how to be a good steward of the heart that God gave you. You understand me, right? Yesterday, hold on, let me show you a picture. Okay? Let me show you a picture. If I can get in there, actually. If it lets me log in. I don't even know. I'll log in here, child. Yesterday, when I found, what's that little baby girl named, child? How you spell her name? Okay. So here's her page, right? Sakiyna, right? So there's a picture here. Hopefully it shows up. And y'all gotta stop wearing all this hair. I think when y'all wear this hair, it makes y'all act crazy. I think wearing stolen hair from other people, it just causes people to act insane. Hold on. Right? Let me show you a picture that I saw on her page. Oh my gosh, I gotta go soon. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. Okay. I'll find the picture for you. Let me move as quickly as I can. I should have saved the picture, huh? Oh, Lord. Where's this picture? Ba-ba-da-ba-da. There you go. I found the picture. Oh, I actually saved it. Okay, hold on. Let me send it to myself quickly so y'all can see. I got it. Okay. I didn't know I could do that over here. That's kind of cool. Give me a second. Let me show you a quick picture real quick, right? Add a page. Okay. You see? Okay. I'll take this picture, right? Okay, sorry. Okay, you see this picture? Right. This is her as a baby. Okay. This is her as like a little baby girl, right? When you were born, when God let you come into this world, the goal was never for you to do life in prison. God's, like you said in German, I knew you before you were a thought in your mother's head, whatever. I knew you before you were conceived in your mother's womb. And I have plans to prosper you. Okay, how does the verse go? Hold on. There you go. There you go. Okay. Jeremiah 1, verse 5. Okay. Where is it? Okay, there you go. Let me read this. Because people, there you go. You see, every person, God, you were born for a reason. As the Lord said, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as prophet to the nation. Okay? Hold on. This is one. There you go. What's the other one? Jeremiah 29, verse 11. We're going to read the Bible today. Because some of y'all, you don't read the Bible. You truly do not read the Bible. And that's problematic. That's why we're here today, huh? That's why we're here today. Okay. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. God's plan for you as a child of God, as a creator, he definitely created you, but it's up to you to be a child of God or not, huh? Right? It was never for you to do life in prison. It was never for you to be so angry. You're going to get so mad, so angry that you go and you kill someone. That's not God's plan for you. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, if you don't meditate on the things of God, is it what Philippians 4:13, right? Let me see. We need to read the Bible. We really need to read the Bible. Okay? Thank you. Right there. No, 4:8. Okay, it's 4:8. Okay. I got it. Okay, so it's Philippians 4:8. Okay. Let's read this one. I hope you guys are writing these scriptures, huh? Because some of y'all, you need to, don't just some of y'all, You shouldn't even just read the Bible. You need to write these verses like multiple times until they're freaking like etched in your heart. Okay? You need to write these down. Okay? Right? Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Now that's why I say, and I know it might sound anti-black per se, because you have black complexion and then there's black culture, black apostate bullshit, right? You understand? So it might sound anti-black culture. And I will tell you this: if you're a black person and you live in the West and your goal is to have a peaceful life, your goal is to have a noble life, a praiseworthy life, I implore you to stay away from mainstream black culture. I implore you to stay away. Just because people have your complexion does not mean they're good for you. Just because people have your complexion, it doesn't mean they're going to bring the best out of you. Most black people are broken. Most black people are damaged. Most black people are wounded. That's why they're always in alcohol. They're always in drug. They're always half naked. They're always wearing somebody else's hair. They have these long ass lashes. Like, these people are broken out here. They don't love themselves. So if you go around a bunch of wounded people, they're going to hurt you. Not because they're mean or whatever, because they themselves don't know how to take care of themselves. They themselves don't know how to heal. They themselves don't know how to ask for help. And that's why when you get around black people, it's people who pretend to always be so self-sufficient. They never need no one, but they always care about what people have to say, what people think of them. Okay? No. They're not okay. They are not okay. You can love black people, be proud to be black, without being connected to black culture. You have to save yourself. You have to get close to a godly culture. You understand me, right? I implore everybody with my complexion and my crazy nappy hair, and especially if you have my nose and my lips, okay? Right? I implore you to reconnect yourself to God. I implore you to chase a godly culture. It is not black culture. Black culture brings the worst out of people. It is a culture that has the most horrible, horrible script. If you are ever tempted with violence, black culture says engage in it because that's what makes you black. If you are ever confronted with doing a scam, stealing, looting, black culture says, yeah, do it, get to the bag, okay? You have to stay away from it. And you need to cleave on to, hey, Kevin, here's the Pastor Kevin is here, okay? Because y'all know I'm the prophet. I'm the prophet. Kevin is the pastor. And Lonnie is like, she signs in the new members, okay? And then there's Jen's a deaconess, okay? Listen, the pastor's here. Listen to me. You need to cleave to a godly culture. And this is what Philippians 4:8 is about, right? Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Is it praiseworthy to walk around half naked? Post your body, all your body, your butt, your titties, your nipples, your ass. You're crawling on the floor on Instagram. What are you seeking? Truly and honestly. You look at Kayla's page, you look at Sakiyna's page, disgusting. What are you seeking? What validation are you seeking? You know what I'm saying? It's really sad. And this is why we also have to, because both of these girls, I have yet to hear they got a daddy. You see? And also the men. This is for you also. It is praiseworthy to be a present father in your daughter's life. You know what? When young people like Sakiyna, right, go out here and do fuckery, it's easy to say, oh, she's a monster. She's this, she's that. Because nobody wants to say, me too, being part of black culture, I played a part in what this young lady did. When we see young people go left and we say, oh, they grown, they can do what they can. They're not grown. Look at this shit right here. They're not grown. They're just hypersexual. They lack guidance. They're just on some stupid shit. Everybody needs a coach. If Sakiyna had a mature person to talk to, because I'm sure she was in distress, because like I said, it didn't happen right away. Even when she took the flight to go to Florida, she didn't kill her right away. Sometimes she didn't go there to kill her. She did not go. They're so fucking stupid. But because America is so racist, people, even black people are eating this shit up. Because black people don't like to read. Ask yourself, when did she get to Florida? Do you even know the date? When did she show up at Kayla's apartment? She didn't kill her right away. If she really went there for murder, she would have from the airport, she would have gone straight to her house to kill her. That's not what happened, is it? Okay, good. And so I say, when her mental state, especially with the pregnancy, because she was pregnant, when her mental state started to take a hit, had she been surrounded by wise matriarchy, someone would have noticed Sakiyna is not herself. Sakiyna is not her normal self, because usually she's happy. She does her videos. She does her hair. She'd be looking kind of rough lately. Sakiyna, what's happening, Gemini? Are you okay? Right? People don't even know how to notice that someone is starting to have mental deterioration. You need to reach out to these people. Young girls are in desperate need of mentorship. They act crazy, they act disrespectful, but these girls need help. Because if she had someone to talk to, this would have been avoided. This would have been avoided. We also have to learn to not see what these young ladies are posting on social media, and we have to see past the facade. The acting tough, all that bullshit. They learned that shit from Nicki Minaj. And even Nicki herself is a hot-ass mess. She's a hot-ass emotional mess. She's a mess. She's always crashing out on thinking, the thing is cocaine. What cocaine? Her heart is hurting. Her father died. Her brother's in prison. Her husband is a multiple-time felon. Girl, it's a fucking mess, okay? What's his name? Mr. Carter. He sold all her masters. Jay-Z lied to her also. The girl got a lot on her plate. Sometimes sorrow can seem like someone's on drugs. She ain't on drugs. She's brokenhearted. Because this female rap pookie shit, it does not fulfill your soul. It breaks you down. These girls are just acting tough, but they are extremely sensitive. Black girls are extremely sensitive. And even this is why Marlene, I don't make all the black girl content, because I know how they are. And for all the people who are making content about these young ladies every day, all day, be mindful, because God himself, hey sunshine, will hold you accountable. Black girls are so sensitive. They are truly, truly sensitive. And you have to know how to handle these young people. They are extremely sensitive. There's a time to do all that shit, the whatever, and there's a time to hug these little girls. Y'all need to hug these people. You need to talk to these young women. You gotta talk to them. When you see that they're no longer, and they love their makeup, they love their hair, they love getting their nails done. When you start to notice that she's no longer doing these things, be like, hey, Sakiyna, are you okay? Right? Is anything going on? Are you cool? Like, you want to talk? I'm here, right? She might say no, but she's going to come back to you, because they love to talk. They talk my ear off. Oh, gosh, I got to go work out. You know what I'm saying? They need to talk. They need guidance. They need mentorship. But most importantly, you have to tell them they have to go back to God. I might not be available all the time. I'm busy, y'all. Maverick stays crying sometimes. Okay? But God is what you need. Antidepressants, womp, girl, bye. You need to get to know God. Sometimes what causes you to have regrets, anxiety, depression is because you have remorse. It's your guilt. You have a guilty conscience. You feel shame. Adam had the same thing. Even me, I've had that before. You understand? And the Bible says that there is a balm in Gilead. You have to get closer to God. He made you. God understands you better than you understand yourself. God understands you and loves you more than Beyonce will ever love you. But yet you give her all your attention. You give her all your money. God will love you more than Nicki Minaj. God will have your back way more than Nicki Minaj. And if evil was ever to fall on you, he will be a hedge of protection around you. You need him. With every breath that's in you, you need God. You understand me? With everything that is in you, you need God. I pray for all the young black girls that a day will come in your life that you will, with everything that's in you, you will seek after God. I pray that many of y'all, that God, he gonna take the specks out your eyes, and you will see your social media for what it is. And I pray you get disgusted. The hookahs, the drinking, the twerking, the fake ass lesbianism. You are living in filth. So many of you black girls, you carry on like prodigal daughters. You know what happened to that boy? Like the clip said, what happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? Okay? Do you know what happened to that boy? He grew up in a great family. He lost his mind, wanted to go to the clubs, the hookah bar, the whatever bar. So he asked his daddy for all his money. And his daddy gave it to him. Because sometimes you gotta let a fool do what a fool wants to do. But ultimately, he ended up in a barn with the pigs. He was eating the food of the pigs. And he said, oh my gosh, where am I? Because one day, the specks came out of his eyes. Because his daddy didn't stop praying for him. Never, ever, ever stop praying for young people. Then you also need to be brave enough to let them know you are living a life of sin. That's it. What they gonna do? They ain't gonna do shit. You have to be brave enough to say, the way you're dressing, the way you carry on, you're not going to attract nobody good. You are not going to attract nobody good. You're going to attract a fucking demon. And that's what Terry was. Terry brought all this chaos. What did I all, you see? But at the same time, if you see how she dressed, if you go on Kayla's page, you're going to see how she dressed. These girls, they carry on like they have no fathers. They carry on like they have no home training. All they want is food, sex, and money. We are in a first world country. You should ask for more. Intimacy, respect, safety, right? These are primitive ass requests. Food, penis, money. That's it. How can you live like that? So when you're always in the club, you're always at the hookah bar, you're always dressed like the cheap ass shit, wearing them cheap ass clothes from the China that they sell on Temu for $2.50 with free shipping. You present cheap as hell, insecure as fuck, no patriarchy whatsoever. How do you not expect to attract demons? God has a plan for you. Yes. God has a man for you. The devil has a man for you. People don't understand this, right? Whatever plan God has for you, you need to also know the devil also has a plan for you. And that's why many times when it comes to relationships, when it comes to matters of the heart, it's always the chosen of the devil that comes first. If people care, if older women who've been outside, like I've been outside, care to be honest, they're going to tell you. Before you find the right one, it's the son of Satan that's going to find you first. Oh, my Lord. And the kind of fire you'll go through. The kind of fire you will go through. You're like, what the fuck is this? You understand? Before I married Jimmy, I was in a long-term relationship. My fellow Aquarius, we were crazy as hell. He got somebody pregnant. It was really hard. Because he told me he was going to study for the whole weekend. I'm like, who studies for the whole weekend? Oh, I'm not going to be available. I'll be studying. I'm like, okay, go ahead, Aquarius, study. He was not studying. He had to go see his baby. You understand? And when I called him, he wasn't picking. I'm like, who studies like that? So I called his friend. I said, oh, have you heard from him? So his friend just started talking. He said, oh, yeah, he went to see his son. So I could pin, oh, yeah. With that girl. He said, yes, with so-and-so. When he was done, I said, oh, I don't know her. But thank you for telling me. So I texted him back. It was really hard for me. I remember like school had started to, my semester has, I was like shaking, like, what the fuck? How do you hide a baby? And mind you, it wasn't just, because by the time I found out, the baby was like over a year old. So it's the baby's age, plus the pregnancy, all of that. I didn't know. I was like, but damn, you are capable of killing somebody. I was shaking. Like when I tell you, I drove to Bethesda, like I was just shaking. I couldn't even think straight. That's why I said, Sakiyna, I can understand. I was shaking. You understand? And I was, because I always said to myself, if I ever got to be married, like he wouldn't have kids, I wouldn't have kids, so that way we could experience all that together. You hear me? Right? And then one day he told me to come over. I'm not coming over. So he came to the house. And then he hit me. That day I said, oh, okay, that's it. I was done. And I've always told them, I said, when I get to 25, I'm going to be married. You understand me, right? There are people, listen, every woman has a story. You understand? We all have experienced betrayal. It's really hard. You understand? And that's why it's really important to have mature older sisters who can talk to y'all. Listen to me. Jimmy, I had seen Jimmy twice before. The first time I saw him, Jimmy smelled like reefer. I said, oh, Lord, this Black American man. I saw him a second time. He was making up an exam. I don't know, whatever. I kept walking, right? Third time I met him, we had real analysis. It was a summer course. I didn't stick to the class, but when I left, I felt someone running behind me. What the heck? He's pretty tall. I'm okay. So he was like, I said, okay, because he has, one day you'll see him. One day you will. In person, you can see him in person. I just don't put him on social media, right? And then so he asked me, and I was like, okay, how old are you? Because he looks very young. He has a baby face. He really does. I was like, how old are you? He said, I think he was 26. I said, let me see your ID. Because I'm like, I don't date no boys. I don't date younger people. Like, I don't do stuff like that. Because the Bible says the man came first, then the woman. Okay? ID, please. So he gave me his driver's license. I said, you are a Gemini? I said, oh, hell no. Oh, no. Gemini people, child. My godfather is a Gemini. He's born June 13th. My mom's little brother, my Uncle Tony, he traumatized all of us, okay? He's born June 12th. Like, no. What? Oh, no. My uncles are batshit crazy. Girl, I said Gemini. I said, oh, well, hold up. This is overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? This is about batshit crazy. I'm gonna push y'all bipolar. You understand? And I remember drilling like, are your parents married? Like, because I was like, Hey, Janet, I was like, are your parents married? Okay, what about your grandparents? You guys, it was every day, like, because we would meet after school because we had summer school, right? It was some shit like that. But look at where we are now. You understand? I've come to realize, long story short, right? And this is why I need you to understand. When someone you love, when y'all out here dating, boyfriend, girlfriend, all that bullshit, okay, and you like a guy so much, and he puts your heart through fire. As African people say, he puts pepper in your heart. He puts pepper in your eyes. He puts shege in your heart, right? Number fire. You know what I'm saying? If you ever get to a point where you study Oshun, yeah, some people really like Oshun, okay? If you ever get to a point where you study Oshun, the Orisha, right? Oshun. Where's my Oshun? Where's my girlie at? Okay? My pretty girl at. Okay, y'all know I love Oshun. She's really pretty. She got money, right? You understand? If you ever get to a point that you study Oshun, right? You will thank you, Brenda. If you ever get to a point where you study Oshun has a husband. His name is Shango. The man is nothing but fire. Hey, oh my God. Oshun girl, you crazy girl. You are crazy. That's why I can never worship Oshun because, girl, you don't have good taste in men. Okay? That dude is nothing but fire. Fire. Okay? Let me show y'all what he looked like. Allegedly. Okay? Allegedly. This is it. Shango. Oh, my Lord. Okay? That's Oshun's man, y'all. Okay? That's Oshun's baby daddy. That's her man. This dude, fire, problems, wahala, weapons. Oh my gosh, Oshun, you are crazy. That's why every time she has a baby, she runs and she gives her baby to Yemoja. Like, girl, this man's stressing me out. This man is stressing me out. Every time she gets pregnant, she goes and gives her babies to Oshun. Because that man is crazy. So we thank God for the Bible. We thank God for Jesus because I don't do Orishas. But their stories is kind of cute, right? But you will see this is the story of like Ruth and Boaz and that kind of stuff. Before you meet God's chosen for you, you're going to meet the devil first. You're going to meet the devil's choice. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay? So, you could say, I'm going to beat his ass, rightfully so. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to shake it up. Okay? But I need you to understand. It's a sign that you're getting closer to what you prayed for. The Bible says after the storm comes the what? The rainbow. God is good. God is faithful. The Bible says God will give you double for your trouble. You don't have to do all of this. The word of God said God will order the devil to give you the former and the latter rain. You get me, right? Y'all got to read the Bible. If you read the Bible, as opposed to learning every lyric from Nicki Minaj, you would not even fight people. Like, you're crazy. Do you see me when I come out here? I'm like, yeah, y'all, you crazy. You're bipolar, right? Because when you read the Bible, you understand that people, they walk in with spirits. They're not in their normal. They are not in their normal brains, right? They're not in their normal mind, okay? Right? Hold on. Which one is it? find it for y'all. Let me see. Let me find this for you. Because it's a few verses, right? But you like, I hope you're writing these verses down. So this one is Joel chapter 2, verse 23. Okay. All right. Let's see this one. Okay. What does it say? Be glad, people of Zion. That's why if you ever see a baby named Zion, his mama went through stuff with her pregnancy. Be glad, people of Zion. Rejoice in the Lord your God, for he has given you the autumn rains because he is faithful. He sends you abundant showers, both autumn and spring as before, spring rains as before. If you've ever been, listen to me, right? Listen to me. If you've ever been denied love from your mom, you've ever been denied love from your dad, you even probably been denied love from your siblings, right? Been denied love from men that you have loved with all your heart. God is going to shower you. Calm down. Calm down. Right? You know, sometimes God allows people to do you wrong so he can have proper justification to bless you in a way that don't make sense to people. You need to have unfair favor. But in order for you to have unfair favor, people need to, unfortunately, do you wrong. And God will say, I brought my daughter amongst y'all, and y'all took advantage. You were mean to her. You bullied her. Da, da, da. So because you did that, and now she's crying, I have to give her unfair favor. This is exactly what happened to Agar. Agar never, if you read your Bible, Genesis, Agar never asked Abraham to get her pregnant. Agar never seduced Abraham to get her pregnant. It was Sarah who was the boss lady of the house. She went and grabbed Agar and she told her husband, get her pregnant. Understand? She's a young lady. Once she got pregnant by the man in the house, you can tell her shit. Right? And not just that, she got pregnant, she gave birth, it's a boy. You can't tell her shit. Right? I'm like, technically, Sarah, you did this. You put her at the same rank as you. You're the woman and you can't get pregnant. She's young, she's pregnant by a very wealthy man. It got to her head. Sarah couldn't take it. Sarah could not take it. So Sarah tells her husband, we have to kick her out. Kick her out to go away. Who's going to take care of her? How's she going to eat? Right? So they throw her out. But God, being God, God in his infinite mercy. That's why when you are a child of God, you can't treat people though. Like, let's, for example, like with Sakiyna, right? You see, a lot of people are, oh yeah, throw it in there. Throw away the key, let her die. Sakiyna did something awful. You, when you're a child of God, you have to show mercy because there has to be a distinction between a believer and an unbeliever. And that's why I said for me, 1520, give her parole. Give her the chance to redeem herself. Because that's the point of being a Christian. That is the point of being a child of God. We can be hurt. We can ask for punishment. But we also need to say, I want you to redeem yourself. Because the God that I serve, he's a redeemer. Amen. Right? Redemption. That is the whole point of Jesus Christ. Because based on Adam, we're cursed. But God so loved the world that he gave his only son, so that whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. The story of Christ is our story of redemption. So I cannot be a Christian and a 40-year-old Christian look at a 31-year-old black girl who messed up and say, you don't deserve redemption. Kayla is not coming back. That's it. She ain't coming back. No amount of locking up Sakiyna is going to bring that girl back. She is not coming back. What we can do is ask God to also allow Kayla to cross over because she also messed up, because she also lacked guidance. All them girls, they like guidance. But there has to be a way where you ask for redemption, when you say she needs to redeem herself. It's the same way when we talk about single moms. When people say to a single mom, that's it, your life is over, many of them start crying. They cry, they get depressed, because what you're saying is because you had a child out of wedlock, there's no way to redeem yourself. And when you tell people there's no way to redemption, people do all kinds of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs hope. Hope allows people to say, maybe it's worth the fight. Maybe I can try. We want people to try. Everybody should be able to say, at one point, I was wretched. Today in my life, I give honor to God because I never thought I would be this person, right? We are here, especially Christians, we are here to encourage people to seek redemption, not perfection, but redemption in the Lord. The God we serve, he saves. The God we serve, he redeems. The God we serve, he will wrap you up in his love and tell you from here on out, you will know for sure that I walk with you. And that's why when you read in the book of Genesis, every patriarch in the book of Genesis built a well to the Lord, like places like Bethlehem and things like that. Wells were built there to indicate that God had made a covenant. You know what I'm saying? God makes a covenant with those who want to make a covenant with him. The Bible says he will strengthen your feet, that when you walk on this narrow road, you're going to be okay. The Lord will hold your hand. Even when your heart feels like, oh my gosh, I'm scared, God's going to hold your hand. And although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, depression, anxiety, feeling alone, feeling abandoned, all these ugly feelings, right? That the devil, thank you, Kevin, that the devil puts in you. Sakiyna went somewhere dark. That's called the valley of the shadow of death. Death was surrounding her. It's like, I'm pretty sure if she hadn't killed herself, she would have killed the little girl. Somebody would have done, because you are completely engulfed in darkness. It's death. The devil wants blood. But the Bible says in Psalms 23, although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. The evil that is outside and the evil that's in me. Understand? Evil can tell you, this girl did this to you, go kill her. That's it. That's in you. That's in you. That's the evil that's in you. Right? Evil in you can also say, he cheated on you, your life is over, you're worthless, no one's gonna love you, so go and take your life. You are fucking crazy. These are voices, these are unholy voices in your head because darkness has taken over your environment, right? So whether evil is inside or evil is outside, right? King David tells us that the Lord will hold you, he will guide you with his staff. You're going to make it through. You have to believe that. You have to believe that even if you have to crawl, I'm talking like, even if you have to crawl out of this heartbreak, you will make it through. You understand? Even if you have to crawl out of this heart that is just aching, you're going to make it through. You have to crawl. If you can run, girl, run, okay? If you can walk, walk fast. But if you can't, because the betrayal is so painful, I'm telling you, give yourself permission to crawl through your pain. You're going to see sunlight. You are going to see sunlight. Understand? God did not create you just like Sakiyna. God did not create you, okay? God didn't make you beautiful. Some of you guys, I want you to go back to your childhood pictures. Just see how cute you used to be. See how sweet you used to be. See your cute ass little pigtails and your little outfits, right? Go back to your childhood pictures. I even urge you to use a childhood picture of yourself, just like as your screensaver on your phone. Make her proud. Make the baby version of you proud. Make her proud. Show her that you made it. And you made it in a way that is honorable. Make her proud. Take your school seriously. When you're in high school, study. It's going to stop you. At least you got to fight to have a 3.5 GPA. You go to college, you'll be around better people. Nightclub life, doing these goofy little gigs. Nails one day, club the other day, bottle girl, stripper girl. Listen, this is where we encounter demons. You want to have a peaceful life. You want to be around civilized people who know how to tend to your heart. You need to be in places where people use their brains. You cannot be around scammers, drug dealers, shooters, shot callers. It's a waste of your fucking time. These people are barbaric. They are barbaric. They have an awful script. They don't respect women. They sleep with a multitude of women. They're also insecure. They're broken. These are crazy people. You want to find yourself around intelligent people, People who are intelligent, they think before they act. People who are intelligent, even if they're going to go from one relationship to the next, they make sure to properly close chapters. They don't have loose ends everywhere. And that's why most Black girls who get killed, it's always messing with a YN. It never fails because it's a messy people. They lack sexual discipline. They're not honest. Don't take accountability. And it always creates the storm that brings a murdering spirit. It never fails. It never fails. It never fails. And I'm telling you, when you are in high school, take your life seriously. Your GPA is your golden ticket to gaining admission to a smart-ass group of people. And I pray you meet your person there. Understand me, right? Okay? Do that. When you live your life, live a life where you're honorable. Your friends are honorable. You're making it. You're successful. You sleep well. You eat well. You take good care of yourself. Too many Black girls have hookah shit in their hands and not enough matcha and this and that. Take good care of yourself. Drink less alcohol. Drink more water. The less you drink, the sober you'll be. Alcohol also corrodes the brain. It destroys the brain. You want to have a healthy brain. Drink water. Take matcha. Drink tea. Okay? Do things that are healthy. Even kombucha, right? I want to see more Black girls with matchas and teas and things like that. Things that calm down the body, that soothe the body, than hookahs, than alcohol. Even Kayla's page, I looked at her stories. Every story, alcohol twerking, hookah twerking. I'm like, baby girl. We're like, what? Do you even exercise? Do you even have matcha? Like, you cannot live like this. Stay away from goofy little boys who give you cheap ass attention, because their goofy ass attention is always deadly. If he doesn't kill you, he will lead you to go kill somebody. If you don't kill somebody, he's going to put a baby in you, and then you are going to be at an impasse where, do I keep the baby? Do I do an abortion? That's murder. Do you see? They did this because it's not an organized people. It's a very immature people. They are reckless. They are seriously reckless. Stay away from men that are reckless. Stay away from males that are reckless. Seek responsible young men. And they're not in the club. They're not in the club. They're in these universities. That's where you want to fucking go. You want to be around intelligent people who are working hard to build an honest future. You want someone that wants a W-2 or a 1099. You don't want someone who never files taxes. What kind of life is this? You don't want to be with a man who lives day to day. Like, today he does this, tomorrow, this, and it. This, no. Okay? So I say, look at the younger version of yourself, and you have to make her proud. Your maturity, you got to make her proud. Your conflict resolution skills, you have to make her proud. Your closet, the way you dress, your social media, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, make her proud. Make her proud. Get to a place where your sense of validation, beauty, I don't even know. It is your brain. It is the beauty of the heart. It's enough. So much emphasis. Even me, I feel like I played a party, but whatever. Not in the big scale, because I stopped YouTube a long time ago. But my point is, right? We have done a huge disservice to you young sisters by making you feel like all a woman has to do is just look good, have a fat ass and some big titties. No, you need more than that to succeed. The ass, the makeup and shit, it might get you attention. But even that, what kind of attention? You can have cheap attention. Think of like fast food. And I think that's what most of these YNs are. YNs to me, it's like fast food. You eat that stuff, but you're always hungry. I like Chick-fil-A, but you eat Chick-fil-A, it's not fulfilling. You're hungry again, right? Then you have food that you make at home. It tastes better. It feels better. And it lasts longer. Like you feel more fulfilled, right? There's cheap attention. And there is noteworthy, praiseworthy attention. Seek the attention of someone who wants to make you a wife. You hear me, right? Seek the attention of someone who wants to make you a wife. You deserve that. Tell yourself that, right? Seek someone who wants to put his last name on your paperwork, right? Seek someone who says, you're so beautiful. It will be like the world would be at a disadvantage if children did not have a beautiful mother just like you. You think so? Like, yes, I do. Okay. Seek someone who brings peaceful conversation. Seek someone who is honest in the way he deals with people. You understand me, right? Right? And for that, it requires transformation. It's not the cheap outfits, the goofy ass outfits, they lead nowhere. Look at Kim Kardashian. Where is she today? Look at Chloe. Look at all these girls. Where are they today? Even their mama. Where is she today? All these women who have led with sex, their ass, nudity. Well, yes, they have money. Are they happy? They have these ginormous houses, but sometimes you can have a big house, but there's no love in the house. Understand? Yeah, it's okay to have a regular size house and to have a house that's it just warms itself on a cold, cold winter day with how much love, protection, and serenity is in that house. A big closet don't mean that you are loved. When Kobe cheated on Vanessa, he went and he bought her a $10 million pinky. It was a pink diamond. Why? Because he was afraid she was going to leave because he was facing a rape charge in Colorado. He was facing life in prison. So it's not a gift that he gave her because he loved her. It's a gift he gave her because he needed to stay married for the appearance so he would get locked the fuck up. You understand? Real love is not measured by how much food a man gives you, what restaurant he takes you to. It's about the loyalty. If all a man can give you is a regular food, the regular dinner, but he never betrays you, which one do you pick? You want to go to a fancy restaurant and every day it's lies, it's bullshit, girls trying to beat you up, girls trying to fucking harass you. Oh, that's fucking crazy. Do you prefer that? Or would you like a man that never lies to you? And as Jesus said, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. I pray that you forgo the flashy dinners, the crazy food, and you go for a person of integrity. Seek a man that is reliable. He won't overpromise. He'll tell you what he can do, and he'll try really hard to give you a bit more than what he promised. Look for people with character. Don't look for people with big stomachs. You got a big stomach, he had a big stomach. No, it's gluttony. Seek people with character. I'm telling you, seek people with character. Seek honest people. May their finances be transparent. May their credit score be the best it can be. Like everything they do, it's an honest people. They don't break promises. What they say they're going to do, they're going to do it. I pray that most of y'all, you find a man that's like Nick Bayer, that conducts himself like Nick Bayer. If he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. He holds himself accountable. He reins himself in, right? He has himself under control because he has a vision for his life. And that vision does not involve going to prison. I pray you find a young man that is noble. But for you also to find a young man that is noble, as a young lady, you have to carry yourself in a noble manner. If you go outside, your titties are outside, your ass is outside, you're not encouraging a young man to come to you at his best version. He's like, oh, that's all she wants. So because that's how you dress, that's how you shall be addressed. And then that's how you shall be mistreated because you presented yourself like something cheap. I'm not saying don't be sexy, show your curves, do all that, but do it in a tasteful way. When you buy clothes, when you wear the clothes, ask yourself, does this give the wife of someone successful? Everything you wear, ask yourself, does this give the image of a wife of someone successful? Does this give the image of a mother of really intelligent, brave, beautiful young children? If the answer is no, take that shit down. Okay? You can dress well. You can be beautiful. People can see your curves, right? And you can still be classy. We have to stop with the ratchet, excessively see-through, all kinds of crap. It is not good. Look at Zendaya. Look at Zendaya compared to other Black girls or biracial girls out here. She eats down because she knows how to dress. Even Law Roach, he told the young lady, what's Taurus's name? The Black girl who plays basketball. He told her, y'all got to start wearing more fabric. You have to start wearing more fabric. It is not offensive when an older sister, when a mother, an auntie says, niece, cover up. We want what's best for you. Because if you dress like this, a man is only going to come to you with his penis. He's not even, you see the guy, Andrew Reese, you see the guy who was there for Kayla. The man asked him, what's her name? Oh, Kayla. What's her mother's name? I don't know. What's her last name? Hodge. Her name is Hodgson. Don't even know her name. But yet he was at her place last night at 7 p.m. He's known her for over a year. He doesn't even know her last name, doesn't even know her mother's name. This is crazy. But that's what happens when you go outside or you're on your social media and everything is outside. People only care about having sex with you. You dress like that, you are dehumanizing yourself. You are a full-blown human being. You have a name, you have a middle name, you have a last name. You have a story. You're not some goofy ass orphan. No, you are a human being. You have a story. You have a personality. You have dreams. You have goals. Let people start reading the pages of your life. Stop giving men with just their naked eyes. They can already see you in the bed. They can already see you on your knees with your penis in their mouth. People's mind is nasty. Men have very, very nasty minds. Help people to say, I want to know more about this young lady. Not, oh, I want to put her on her knees and shove my penis in her mouth. Understand? A lot of young boys, they watch porn. They watch a lot of porn. They watch too much pornography. And so when you carry on like this, they're going to see you in a porn scene. And for that, you'll pay for the food, you'll pay for whatever, because he sees you doing the shit he saw in the porn. You have to help people to never use your likeliness, even in the privacy of their thoughts, to put you in such a fucking position. Are you crazy? Are you really crazy? Help these young men to see you as women. Help these young men to respect you. I'm asking you, wear more clothes. I am asking you to change your social media. I am asking you to rebrand. I'm being really serious. Rebrand. Rebrand, rebrand, rebrand. Please, in the name of Jesus, rebrand. It might not be easy. It might not be cheap. But slowly but surely, start to rebrand. Start to rebrand. You can, like everybody, it's America. Child, it's America. You can rebrand yourself, okay? Start to rebrand. Clean the shit up. I think a lot of you little sisters, right? I know sometimes it can be hard because you struggle, but I pray you take off these wigs. I think when y'all put these wigs on, something comes over y'all. Because it's not you, it's not your hair, it's not you, it's not your likeliness. I think something comes over you guys. I don't know. It's damaging, it damages your hair. And when you take the wig off, you struggle with seeing yourself. But that's the real you. You have to love the real you. Stop hiding behind fake shit, fake nails, fake hair, fake this, fake that. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to heal the young lady that's within. You have to tell her she's a beautiful Black girl. You have to do that. You understand? I'm not against the makeup and the weave, but I'm saying take a moment, especially in 2026, take a moment where you're going to be a bit more natural than you've been for the past 5 or plus 10 years of social media. Be a bit more natural. And I will also say it's going to help you a lot if you start unfollowing a lot of content creators who are always living fake. Fake hair, fake nail, blonde wigs, long ass nails, bunch of fake boobs, the hard ass boob job and the boat. Unfollow these girls. They're broken. It's not gonna help you. Okay? Follow girls, Black girls that are a bit more natural, or they're completely natural, that love themselves. Because the more you see that, it's going to give you the courage to love yourself. You should love your natural hair. You should love your natural beauty. You should love your complexion. You should love your nose. You should love your lips. You need to love yourself, right? Spend less time on social media. Read more books. Read more books. There are so many beautiful Black women who wrote many, many books. Pick who you like. Read books. And discover how they owned their Blackness. It wasn't by being hypersexual. When I was growing up, being a Black girl and being, I guess, an excellent Black girl, it was not about how you looked. It was how smart you were. I pray we go back to that, right? Be intelligent. Be very, very knowledgeable. Know many things, right? Be able to hold a conversation without talking about food and sex and money. Unless it's like finances, right? Be able to talk about many things. And for that, you're going to need a season where you start reading a lot of books. This Christmas, put a lot of books on your list. For 2026, put a lot of books on your list, right? Listen to a lot of podcasts. I think many of you young ladies too, you need to tap into stoicism. You have to learn to be stoic. You have to learn to be calm. Understand me well. Nobody who does evil gets away with it. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how long it takes. If you love someone, you trusted someone, and you were very honest with someone, and they did you wrong, I don't care how long it takes. They can pretend to be happy. They're just people are fake as hell. They can pretend to be happy. They can pose. They can do whatever. They're going to answer for what they did to you. Don't have to worry about that. God made us a promise. He said, "Revenge is mine. When the time is right, He's going to handle these people." You see, God is merciful. When someone does us wrong, we want the whole skies to just fall on their head. God doesn't proceed like that because He gives everybody a chance to apologize. He's very patient. Now, when people ignore Him sufficiently enough, then at that point, consequences will ensue. But even with an apology, they're still going to have consequences. It's just not going to be as bad. But if you go on and you continue to be stubborn, you don't apologize, you're going to see what you see, right? You never have to worry about somebody getting the just due. Hear me well. So do not give yourself anxiety. Do not hold onto your phone and track their stories and stuff like that. Live your life. Live your life. And in this life also, I pray that you get to a point where you understand that people who treat you the worst are often the best teachers you could ever have. You understand, right? You need people to treat you bad sometimes. Yes, yes, yes. As hard as it is for you to understand that you deserve better. Understand? Sometimes someone has to be as like evil or just and shit, right? For you to say, "Wow, I deserve better. I truly deserve better," because the way this makes me feel, I never want to feel this way again. Understand? That's why they say keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Okay? I can say for me, the people who have forced me to grow, to be more mature, to pray more, to trust God more, were people who were awful to me, but they did me a favor. At first, it hurts, but with I guess introspection, yeah, when you gain distance from me, you're like, wow, I'm glad you did that because most people who like me or who love me, right, they nurture me. So there's never a cause to want to grow. But when people hurt you really badly, you're like, wow, how do I deal with that? How do I handle that, God, right? So by being mean to you, by being unkind to you, or cruel to you, actually, right? People actually thrust you into the presence of God because you're hurting. And if you ever notice when we hurt like that, whether it's friendships, relationships, whatever, even losing a job, right? When we hurt like that, what happens? We start to ask more questions. God, why did this happen to me? God, why are they doing this to me? God, why? Right? The pain that we go through causes you to start asking more questions because you want God to tell you so that you know how to deal with this, right? And by being there, like they say, I shall rejoice when they tell me, let us go spend 1,000 hours in the presence of the Lord, right? Maybe you've gotten so far away from God that you needed to be triggered so you could come home. They did you a favor. Right now, you might not see it, but one day you'll say, what you did to me, even though it was hurtful, it made my faith stronger. And that's what Joseph said to his brothers, Reuben and all them people, what the devil meant for harm, huh? I'm going to leave you here because I go to my class. Okay? I go to my class. What the devil, right? You hear me, right? There you go. Right? So, let me see if I can find it for you. Okay. There you go. All right. But Joseph said this to his brothers. You intended to harm me, but God intended all for the good. He brought me into this position so I could save the lives of many people. You understand? Right? What the devil meant for harm, everything, listen to me. I've been outside. What everything the devil meant to harm you, it's going to work in you're going to be like Harry. You're going to be like Harry Potter. Every single tool that the devil meant to use you, you're not going to be like, I use this tool, I use this tool, I use this tool. You're going to be like Harry Potter and Dumbledore. When Harry first got there, he didn't even know how to use a magic wand because he didn't even know who he was. Like, that's the thing about Harry Potter. You can have so much in you. Even your pedigree, because his mom was like a super wizard, his dad was a super wizard. Harry Potter had no clue because all he knew was he was orphaned. They were abusing him. They were not nice to him. And he really believed that this is it. I'm not worth much. When he gets to Wimbledore, Dumbledore, whatever it is, okay, he doesn't believe he belongs. Meanwhile, he's one of the greatest wizards ever, right? And that old man, that old wizard, he knows who he is and he knows his bloodline, right? I repeat, everything the devil meant to harm you, are going to be the very tools that make you the most wisest person you've ever known. They're not going to be able to get to you. But they had to do this. Joseph had to get to Egypt by fire, by force, by slavery, because the famine that was going to happen, it was going to happen, right? God placed him there for a reason. And when you read the story of Joseph, it says, even in the prison, God never forsake Joseph. You can feel so consumed by your pain. You're not alone. You're just in pain. Your pain makes you feel lonely, but you're not lonely. God will never, and he has never abandoned you. Now, your behavior is grieving God. Your outfits and your foolishness, your drinking, your hookah, your promiscuity, your homosexuality, you are grieving the Lord. Don't ever let any white person convince you that homosexuality is okay. It's not okay. People struggle with the flesh, but a struggle doesn't mean approval of said behavior. You understand? You are grieving God, but he will not abandon you. If you are homosexual, God will not abandon you, but you are grieving the Lord. There you go. Okay? But I repeat, what the devil meant for harm, God is going to use it for your good. Today, you don't get it. One day, all these wicked, evil people that took you for granted, that did not appreciate you, even you're going to pray for these people. You'll be surprised. Like, is that me praying for them? Yes. Because they made you more loving. They made you more merciful. They have made you have a deeper bond with God. And if all this pain was for you to get closer to God, as we say in Arabic, right? Alhamdulillah. All praise be to Allah. All praise be to God. Because they did this and they got you to thrust yourself into the Most High God. And for that, we say thank you to evil people. Because without them, we would not know the depth and I don't know how expensive God's love is for his children. God loves you. This culture does not. God loves you. This country does not. God loves you. These so-called friends, they don't. Okay? So I pray, I'm about to go now, that you will humble yourself in the Lord and that you're going to make your way home. There's a song, the R&B song that used to go, gotta find my way home to you, to you. I pray you find your way home to the Lord. It's been enough. And I'm sure your feet are tired. Come home. It's enough. The culture, the fuckery, it's enough. Come home. You've done enough. Tamar, also go back to Vince. Come home. Come home. Come home. These people, they will never accept you. Come home. Bring your behind to God. Bring your heart to God. You need to come home. It's enough. This diet, this culture, the way you talk, nigga, bitch, it is disgusting. Come home. It's enough. The lights are on, right? And when the lights are on, black children come inside the house. It's over. Playtime is over. You need to come home. All right? Love y'all. I'll be back later by God's grace. I gotta go to my class. I am so late, okay? I love y'all. Prayers, okay? Pray for your girl, Sakiyna. That's your sister, y'all. Y'all want to do sisterhood? Black girl magic? She's your sister. Don't throw her away. Pray for her soul. Pray for her as you pray for yourself, okay? I'll be back, y'all. Love y'all. Pastor Kevin. Love y'all. Janet, everybody. Brenda, that's first time me seeing you here. So nice to meet you, Brenda, right? Cassie, she be coming in and coming out. Cassie, she's so crazy. I love you guys, okay? You are my favorite after Maverick. Don't tell Maverick I told you. Don't tell Stefan I told you that, okay? Love y'all. Gotta go. My class. Bisous. Gotta go. Oh my gosh, I'm late.